Ready, E?
Yep.
Can I mute these?
Yeah.
Trav? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast with Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Men?
How are you?
Wonderful.
How was the drive over?
There's a system.
Yeah.
Move through a high-pressure zone.
Yeah, I noticed when I woke up, I was like, man, it snows and pretty good. It started to really snow for a minute there. I was like, oh, man, these guys are going to be fucked.
Nah, it's all right.
Not too bad.
It's all right.
That's good. How was your weekend?
It was quite good. Quite good.
Okay.
Well to quite well, yes.
Yeah.
In the target range. How about you?
Yeah, it was good in the target range.
Time on the
I would
pitch.
say.
Time on the pitch well spent.
Really? On the pitch now? Indoor?
Yeah, obviously.
Not want to be playing soccer right now. Just
All year round, baby.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I had a party last night, so I'm a little burnt, to be honest with you. The every year, Steve Miller, his wife Chris, and the McCools organize this, like, let's go to dinner, and then, we'll just go back to the Millers or the McCools' house and just have a little bit of fun, shut it down early. You know, fucking 18 people at dinner, Derek and Heather are there, like everybody. And then we go back to the Millers, and next thing you know, it's 2 a.m. People are playing cards, disputes are happening, and it's fuck.
Gosh, you could never have seen that coming. Like,
no.
Couldn't have anticipated that.
Well, it's funny because before the night, it's like, T, we're shutting it down. He's like, yeah, I got to work tomorrow. I'm like, me too. So let's be responsible. We're going to shut this down early. Next thing you know, it's 3 o'clock. We're having an argument about a poker hand in my kitchen.
That is
It's
how
like,
it can go.
oh, shit. All right, I got to go to bed. No, it's so, yeah. Did it to myself. But what are you going to do? Couple things. We did Thursday, we did some extra content. We did 2 pieces of extra content in the members area. So if you're a member, you want to check that out. We got a full update from Isis on Mandy. About him going down on Mandy. I don't like the way it tastes.
Oh my god. Yeah, so there's a commercial for the members area, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Get there.
Yeah, you're going to want to hear it. And some advice was given to Isis on how to handle things moving forward, but
Very good.
so you want to check that out. Also, have you been doing your holiday movies still?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I can't think of the last one I saw though. Give me some names and I'll.
A Christmas Story.
No, I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Christmas Vacation.
Yep, did that one.
You did again?
Yeah, every year.
Every year,
That's
okay.
for sure.
That's a staple.
That's the one for sure.
I'm trying to remember what you were saying a couple weeks ago that you were going to watch. It was something Christmas related. I don't remember. Die Hard?
Yeah,
Do you consider that a Christmas
happens. Yep,
movie? Okay.
for sure.
Yeah.
Bill Clay.
Bill Clay.
Yeah.
I love that. Love that guy. That's Snape. Snope?
That is Professor Snape.
Yes, Snape. I watched a movie over the weekend. A movie that I really like, Jerry Maguire with Cuba. I can't look at him in that movie without just thinking of him grabbing titties and the whole anus thing that he did.
God, I haven't seen it in forever.
I know.
I would watch it again, I guess. If it's, I don't promise. I'm sure it's not on Netflix, but if it were,
It's a timeless love story.
I would watch it again.
Is
You
it?
complete me. I mean, right?
No,
Yeah.
it's not timeless. Is that what you were going to ask me? Does it hold up?
Well,
I don't.
It-
I can't imagine it does.
does and it doesn't.
The way people communicate now and everything, in terms of
I know, seeing flip phones
yeah,
and shit.
and he's
beeper.
like-
He's got his beeper.
I know.
Sometimes I like
He
that,
sees
though.
the other line blinking.
Yeah. But I
like
was.
that sometimes.
I think they got lazy at the end of that movie because it's a great movie. It's a good movie.
Hold on.
T asked me,
Which is it?
huh?
Which is it?
I think it's a great movie. I thought I was like, yeah, I really enjoy this movie, and I'm watching it, and I'm enjoying the movie a lot. And the T goes, is this probably the most famous sports rom-com ever? I'm like, that's a good question.
Think of another sports rom-com.
They're out
Yeah,
there.
they're
I mean,
like
Bull Durham.
Bull Durham
is
is a good one.
His other, actually, Kevin
Costner.
Kevin Costner's other one too. Actually, he had a no
Tin
hitter.
Cup?
No, although Tim Cup, you could argue, has a rom-com,
But
aspect
that's a
of it.
real rom-com, Jerry Maguire.
Yeah,
it's
you're
about
right,
the
you're
love
right.
story developing. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
there's
true.
always a love interest,
Okay.
between a couple. But that really is a rom-com that
That's a good
that
point.
we can get into because they really did a good job with the football stuff. A lot of players in it.
Wayne Fonts.
That's
in
right,
there.
man.
Wayne Fontes is in there. Herman Moore.
Yep.
The draft.
Who's our other? Morton. Johnny Morton.
Glenn Fry is in that.
Glenn Fry
As
is
what
in
the
that.
coach of the Arizona Cardinals, right?
Yes, and I take issue with Glenn Fry's performance. It's not strong enough.
I remember that too, dude. I remember watching it. It's kind of wooden.
Yeah, very wooden. And it's like, why would you tap Glenn Fry
I know.
for this?
Yeah,
Like,
how random.
yeah, it was very random.
Although he was doing like Miami Vice and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? He was making little cameos here and there. He probably knew somebody who knew somebody. And
Was it a Cameron Crowe
It was a Cameron
movie?
Crowe.
Okay, and he's a big music fan, so maybe
Yeah.
he would have been an Eagles
Yep.
fan, so that could be the connection there. The problem I had with the movie though is why can't I think of his fucking name right now?
Rod Tidwell.
Rod Tidwell. So you got Rod Tidwell, and he wants
Classic
show
possession.
me the money.
Classic possession receiver.
He's a slot kid.
Yeah.
He's a slot receiver. He's number 3 maybe on a good team, maybe number 2.
And
in
he
an
wants to be
offense.
shown the money.
Show me the money. He wants like $10 million for 3 years. And so they get the offer. Finally, it's like the offer's coming in tomorrow from Glenn Fry. And it's like, you're going to be glad, you're going to be happy. And so they're all sitting around the house, waiting. Oh, man, here it comes. Fax machine.
Yeah, that's right.
comes out of the fax machine, and it's like 3 years, $1.4 million. And I'm like,
That's insane.
oh, wow. 3 years, $1.4 million. And they're devastated, blah, blah, blah.
That's like league minimum right now.
Oh yeah,
Right?
probably. It's probably not even league minimum. The numbers are thrown around. I demand 3 years, $10 million. You're like, dude, guys, make that a game now. And so, but anyway, so they fast forward. It's Monday Night Football, right?
Right.
And they're playing.
I found that a really
Cowboys.
unconvincing scene too, where they kind of like zoom in on the corner of the end zone, and they clearly had like 500 extras that they had
Yeah.
to place exactly right.
I remember
don't
what you're
know.
talking about. Yeah, for sure.
So they cut to they're playing the Cowboys on Monday Night Football. And they got Al Michaels and calling the game, and Tidwell's there, and he's having a great day. So 2 minutes left in the game. All right, he's got 6 catches, closing in maybe 100 yards, and then he makes the catch in the end zone, falls down on his head, and he's unconscious.
Right.
Remember? And then finally, everyone's freaking out. Jerry Maguire's on the phone with his wife.
No, you're right.
And,
This movie's getting worse.
It's getting worse by the minute. all
Yeah.
right? And so now the game, like he just wakes up and they're going to stretcher him off the field. And he wakes up and does the dance. He
Yeah.
spins around his hand. He jumps up into the crowd.
Yeah.
And he's,
Right,
climbing
right.
the fucking stands. And so he has a decent game. With 2 minutes left, he's got 6 catches. So by my account, he made 7 catches.
One touchdown.
Maybe 1 touchdown, maybe 100 yards.
And today he would have
And
been in
he
concussion
is-
protocol.
Yes. He is an absolute hero now.
Right.
He's being carried off the field. They win a standard Monday Night Football game,
Yeah,
keeping
no,
them
it's-
barely alive for a possible playoff.
Right. It's the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah. And so they go in, and Glenn Fry from the Eagles comes down the tunnel, and Jerry Maguire standing there, and there's just a mob around Tidwell. They're interviewing him, and he's praising everybody in his life. This is the greatest thing ever. And Glenn Fry looks at Jerry Maguire,
like,
and Maguire's
yeah.
like, yeah, it's gonna cost you. He's doing the
Absolutely.
yeah. And Glenn Fry's like, I know.
You got me by the balls now. I know. He had 7 catches, 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
I got it.
7 catches, 1 touchdown on a Monday Night Football game. Cut to Roy Firestone's program on ESPN. He's now interviewing Rod Tidwell as the
Serious? I forgot about
he
it. I
had
remember
one.
this part. I
He
remember
had
that,
one
yeah.
decent game. He's been a pain in the ass, loudmouth, all for most of his career. He's a slot receiver, and he's on Roy Firestone.
He's like Ray Caruth, maybe.
yes,
Right? Without the
He's-
murder.
He's Ray Caruth sans murder.
Yeah.
So then Roy Firestone is interviewing Rod Tidwell. His agent is there and his whole family is there. And Roy Firestone says, just got this in, Rod. The new offer from the Arizona Cardinals is 4 years, $11 million. Like, is that how he would find out? From Roy Firestone,
Yeah.
before he knows.
Right.
He says, you've inked a new deal for 4 years, $11 million. He's
And if he-
crying on the set
And
now.
if he originally wanted 3 for 10, I mean, he's getting ganked, man, that final year.
What is it?
I don't know
That's
if there
a
was an
bad offer.
option. But, dude, Okay, they're going to give him 1.4 for 3 years. He has 7 catches, 1 touchdown in a meaningless fucking Monday Night Football game. Now he's worth $11 million over. Glenn Fry sucks at his job, and so does upper management with the Cardinals at that point. No wonder they sucked for so long. So
It's kind of funny when you think about, though, the romantic part of it, though, isn't with the main person. Like, in a way, it's with not with the player, you know? It's with the agent. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, well,
Jerry's maturation process
Yeah.
is partly through Rod Tidwell, right?
Yeah.
He learns the Quan, right?
Oh, yeah.
Quan- yeah, the
yeah,
Quan.
yeah.
The importance of family and relationships.
Yes,
Yep.
I forgot about that.
and plus, honestly, I don't want to bash this movie too much, but that scene where she's moving, all of a sudden she's moving to San Diego to take a job because he can't afford her.
Doesn't Tom Cruise look really dumb in the T-shirt he's wearing while he's on moving day?
What is he-
He
yeah,
just
he's-
looks so out
He's
of
wearing-
place or something with like jeans and like an untucked T-shirt. It's like such and such champions.
It's
or
a
something.
it's a football shirt or something, all sports stuff.
It looks so weird in that. I thought.
But so she's packed. They've packed up the U-Haul. It is stuffed. The kid is in the car. Jerry has said goodbye to the kid. And
The
now,
kid with all the facts,
yes,
right?
yeah, the human
Bees
head.
smell
Where's-
fear.
He said, "Fuck."
Yeah.
Yeah. But the kid's actually pretty good in that movie.
He's cute.
adorable.
He's a cute.
And I wonder how much he got paid, by the way, because he does steal a lot of that movie.
Yeah.
So I hope he got properly compensated.
I'm sure he did.
So last second, he's going to say goodbye to her, gives her a hug, a little kiss, see it over the weekend, and then he just proposes to her.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, and so I didn't either. And then like a week later, they have a wedding in the backyard. And
Oh yeah, he gets like really anxious, right? He's
Yes.
like, oh fuck. Yeah.
They're watching the video of the ceremony later that day, like the whole family sitting around. Of course, why wouldn't Rod Tidwell be there? He's there. And they're showing Jerry Maguire, Tom Cruise, and he's just like while they're reading, like, do you take this woman
Yeah.
to be? And he's like, it's like sweating,
I
rubbing
guess.
his head.
I mean,
he's rolling
yeah.
his eyes. It's like so over exaggerated. I'm like, this is absurd. They're all watching the video, and Rod Tidwell's like, it's
Yeah.
uncomfortable. His reactions are just.
Yeah, look at that
That's-
shirt, man.
Oh yeah, it's the remember those shirts?
Yeah, it's like so and so versus so and so. The Sonics versus the Suns.
Yeah.
What a forgettable final.
But
or
it's-
Western Conference final, right?
It looks like
yeah.
NBA final, unless
Yeah.
it just says NBA Finals.
No, that would have been the Western Conference
Yeah.
Finals.
Is that Kemp versus Barkley? Sean Kemp versus Chuck Barkley.
Is that? Yeah, I think you're right.
The Seattle Sonics.
But remember those drawings? They would hand draw the players.
Those are actually,
Caricature.
honestly, those are really
Caricature,
fun
yeah.
years to me. Because honestly, you say what a forgettable conference final, but those stadiums, remember like the Seahawks and everybody, even though you knew the Bulls were going to win, those would actually be really entertaining to me. I would watch a lot of those.
Back when the league was great, man.
I agree, to me personally. Back when it was good, back in my day.
Yeah, so I don't mean to ruin Jerry Maguire for people, and I enjoyed 90% of it, but it's like they just gave up at the end. It was like, wait a minute, you can't just marry him and then divorce him a week later or break him up a week later, and the whole contract thing. I mean, that's criminal what they did with that contract.
Yeah, that's
Criminal.
boy. So was there any Christmas aspect to it? Can I mark that as a Yuletide?
No.
Nothing about it.
Not even
Not
close.
even like one scene where
Not
they're in
even
the
a-
mall or something. and
Nah,
it's- no?
not even a hint. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, no, they're in very sunny, beautiful Southern California. I mean, it's absolutely nothing to do with Christmas.
Hey, speaking of sports, though, Twin Peaks is your ultimate sports lodge with a menu to match. Pair any of their made-from-scratch menu items with a frosty 29-degree draft beer served by a beautiful Twin Peaks girl, and you are in for a legendary sports-watching experience. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views.
Speaking of movies, Isis, you went to a movie over the weekend.
Well, I went and saw that Richard Jewell in the end with my parents.
Yeah, what'd you think, man?
I mean, I liked it. I was telling Mike though, I get so emotional, and they have a lot of scenes in this movie where the FBI. I know. What's his name? What's the actor that
Hamm?
made it?
John
No, the actor that made the director.
Oh, Clint
Oh,
Eastwood?
Clint Eastwood. I know he said it was like thing to say like, "Hey, see what fake news can do," but it was like.
That was people's thought. I don't know that
Okay.
he ever said that, but I thought
Okay.
that was an interesting take by some people.
Well, I would have more of a take of his thought of like, dude, police could be
Anti-police.
anti like FBI, and holy shit, look what can happen if these guys, because they have just a lot of these scenes of them kind of railroading him.
Yeah.
I get emotional. I was telling Mike, dude, I was sitting here with my parents, and there was like a scene.
He wanted to march with Black Lives Matter after this.
There's like a scene, for example, in it where they're like, they've brought him in for the very first time, you know what I mean? And they're trying to tell him it was under, oh, you're not even a suspect. Let's just start talking, and let's just have you sign this little thing here, and you're not a suspect.
Oh,
and
Dick Jewell, what are you doing? And he bought that?
No. He actually smartly is like, I want to see my lawyer. Like, oh, why would you need a lawyer? What did you do wrong if you didn't do anything? But like, but the whole scene building up to that, I'm just sitting here like, you fucking cocksuckers. Like, I'm just like, I was seriously almost yelling. Like, I was like, fucking police, fucking goddamn it.
If they would have played the national anthem towards the end of that movie, would you have taken a knee in the aisle?
I wouldn't know, because I don't think the knee has anything to do with that. But it was just like, I really found myself like, when you know, but the problem is when you go in knowing like this, you know he was innocent. Like, we are not, you know he didn't do the bomb. He didn't light this bomb up. So you know that. And you see these FBI guys
Rudolph?
going after him.
Was that
that sounds right. Yeah, the guy who then went and hid in the woods for like 8 years.
Yeah. Found in a dumpster or
Survivalist.
something, yeah.
But it's like when you know that, and I'm just, like I said, I can be an emotional person. I just find myself getting so fucking mad at Ham. Like, yes, he does a good job in it, in my sense.
Yeah.
I was just
in their defense, in the local police, that was Atlanta, and the FBI, when that happened, you have a bombing at during the Olympics at this park. Somebody did it, and you need answers. The public is freaking out.
Yeah,
and,
but if you
and so it's like, I don't care if just bring this guy in and peg him for it. It sucks, but they were jumping quick just to find someone.
Well, remember when
I
don't know how true. I'm not going to assume the movie is fully true because it's a movie. But you talked about it the other day, and I wonder if is it true that this FBI agent gave to the reporter, essentially, who was trying to have sex with him, to say, like, yes, we're going after Richard Jewell.
I have no idea.
Because if that's true, if that is true, then it sounds like the stuff that came down on him got amped up 10 fucking times. Bigly. Because it was all of a sudden, now it was out there that he was a thing, and so now they're like, fuck, we got to get him in, and now we got to make it that it's him.
Yeah,
almost.
but that was true that he was a suspect at that point.
Okay,
because that was her story, was that he was a suspect.
Okay.
And she was the first to report that.
Yeah.
But was it like people are all pissed off about that?
Fuck. If you can fuck it out of so-and-so,
Was it obvious that she was asking, like, do you want to fuck?
In the movie it was.
It was,
again,
okay.
in the real life, obviously, who knows what it was really like. But in the movie, absolutely, it was like, yes, putting her hand, basically. I mean, they went as far,
yeah.
I mean, it was almost putting her hand on his dick, you know what I mean? Like, sitting right up next to him.
He's got a big dick, too. John
According
Hamm.
to rumors, yeah.
Yeah, rumor is that he's him and Liam Neeson.
Though. I think honestly, if he had a point there of a social meaning to try to say, like, hey man, we should remember sometimes that don't just believe what you see in the news. I think that he got that across, and who knows how many people will take that seriously? But
it is a cautionary tale.
It sure is. I mean, can you think of a case, a bigger story, Jay, than that, as far as like
that just turned out totally
wrong?
Trump Russia.
Very good. There it is. No, but I mean, like a criminal
Trump impeachment.
Trump impeachment, sure, that would fall into that category. Of someone being charged with a crime like the Central Park Five. But not nationally as big.
Wasn't right. That wasn't in a time when you have like CNN and stuff. So this guy,
OJ,
Olympics,
for sure. OJ.
Yeah,
that's the one right
He was
there.
found innocent, too.
Yeah,
if you
he
remember.
was.
He was definitely found innocent.
100% innocent.
Jury of his peers found him innocent.
And you can hear his football picks today on Twitter. Just go
absolutely.
at real OJ.
Dude, my computer, it sends me email
'Cause you're following him?
Yeah, because I follow the juice. So it'll let me know when J. Chris Newberg tweets something, or it'll be like, oh, these 5 people you followed all tweet a day, and Juice is in there all the time. I don't even follow it anymore, but
I just saw a video of him on TMZ at, again, 3 white girls dancing around. He was at some bar, and they're just fucking grinding on him or whatever, and it's just like...
It's unbelievable. I mean, he probably gets... Someone screams, murderer, from across the street at him 4 or 5 times a day. Probably. But he also gets 3 fucking hot young blondes that'll dance with him in a club.
Yeah, but how far are they taking it, I mean, are they... is that
mean-
to completion, or is that just dancing at a club, getting an Instagram video, and then going,
Yeah.
see ya, old man?
You don't think Juice is pulling serious puss if he wants?
I don't know.
I bet he is.
I mean...
I bet there's people who would do it for the story.
Yeah.
I banged the Juice, and I lived.
Based on I know what you're saying, Jay, because the video I saw on the club, it was pretty, they definitely know the situation and are, dancing with him very in a sexual way or whatever. But I know what you're saying. Like, do they actually go back and have sex with him? But I bet, dude, if it's 1 out of 3 of those girls, if it's 1 out of 8, he goes out and gets.
He's got an angle.
He
It's
just needs
unique,
the one a
but-
night. He just needs the one a night, technically.
I
Right?
would bet I would think he could. It would be easy for him to pull someone. He's the juice.
Some fucking.
I don't know.
You know,
man.
major daddy
We're getting to
girls.
we're getting to the point where the kids don't know
Don't
who
know.
the fuck he is. You
That's
know?
the key. Yep.
But it's
Is
you
it
say it's the
25
key.
years?
It's the key perhaps for. Oh, I can forgive that because it's so far in the back and he's
That's
here
the
and
thing, though.
he's quote innocent. But it's also like, who the fuck is the old guy? All right, some old football player who was accused of murder. Oh, whatever.
Well, he was
You know?
found innocent.
You say
they
that-
Yeah,
think
I just think that the kids nowadays probably aren't as into him or you know, as
if you
interested.
didn't live through those 4 years or whatever it was as that went on through the trial. I mean, think about the media that covered that. How unbelievable it was. Every single day for 3 or 4 years, he was everywhere. Like if you didn't live that though, your kids weren't even born yet. So they're not going to have that connection that we do to OJ.
But see, that's the thing.
Yeah,
though.
so
I
that's
think,
my point.
But yeah.
Like, I think there's a shrinking
your
number
point.
of people who give a fuck about this guy.
That's,
Yeah.
I disagree. Because the thing is, in fact, it helps him, as you said. This helps him how far it is because they don't know or have appreciate. Or
Yeah,
have
but then why do they have the interest,
Because
though?
they know he's famous, and
He's
that's all
famous.
people care about.
Yeah.
A lot of people that are
So
going to
old
do.
as fuck.
That doesn't matter. He's so famous still
He
that
is.
it's famous enough that they know that if they put it on their Instagram,
But
if
if
they
you're a
care, they
kid-
don't care.
Dude, I'm with you, man. I mean, it's very Instagrammable for anyone of
Sure.
any age, but I'm just questioning that, does he take him home?
Would you take a picture with him if
yeah.
you ran into him at the airport?
Jay,
I know we've talked about it. See,
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I've already said.
But if you're a kid, if your kids like I don't know what their thought on 9/11 is, but it's probably like a Vietnam War to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Very much.
yeah. So do they? They're not going to have the attachment, to 9/11 that we are, and Juice is probably the
I don't
same
think
exact
that's
way.
the same though, because that's an individual. You're talking about a moment, and this is an individual person. And again, if you're in this age of some people just caring about getting something that can make them followers, and you're right, maybe they don't fuck him, but like they care that he's
bet they
famous
do.
though. They know. I think they do personally, but they care that he's famous. Whether they give a fuck about him actually, whether they think he's just some old man, but they know he's famous, and they know they'd like to have stuff that.
I'm with you, E.
Yeah.
But you're right. Whether they fuck him, I don't know. They might, old man.
My guess is he doesn't struggle for that to crush puss. I just don't think he does.
Yeah.
Anyway, Army Navy game over the weekend. Navy pulled this out, right? Beats Army 31-7.
Really?
I believe, yeah. And officials at West Point and the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis are now investigating after several cadets and midshipmen were seen flashing the OK hand sign during. So you got Reese Davis doing an ESPN field report. He's there and kind of in the crowd with everyone behind him, and people are doing the OK sign, which obviously is white power. We know that. That's the. It's been adopted as the so your pinky, ring, and middle finger make the W, and then the O makes
Right.
makes the
Got it. Right. W.
Yeah, white power. Anyway, so they're now investigating what the intention was of these cadets. Do you have the video of it, E, so we can see? So they had at least 2 cadets and 1 midshipman seen making the hand symbol. I didn't. Wasn't watching this game, so
Like, seriously, what the fuck?
I know. Trump was there too.
Who won the Army-Navy game last year?
There's Reese amongst the
Hell
midshipmen
yeah.
and the cadets.
Significance extends well beyond just when the two teams play each other. I mean, you ask anybody that's ever had to deal with a cadet.
So there it is, up top right. He did.
They will tell you, up 4 or down 40.
This
They
guy
play
won't be
their
outdone,
guts
so he's
out
gonna flash it as well.
every
Here it
single play
comes.
until the clock strikes 0. Notre Dame, Michigan, Oklahoma.
Look at that pussy that did, like,
They all
dude,
know.
that one dude was a
There's
pussy.
another.
Navy, that is a
So that's 3 different people,
That's-
right?
Well, the one tried. Did
That's
you see that guy bringing the
undeniable,
Coke can down? That's why I said he was being a pussy. Look at this guy who drops like a Coke can. He does it like kind of half-assed.
Which guy are you talking about?
Watch, right this guy. Up in the kind of right.
Oh, right there.
Watch this. I think that, maybe not.
He's not trying to do it. He's just
Okay, I thought
get in
he
the frame.
I thought he was trying to kind of do it.
The guy with the black glove on, though. He was doing
3
it.
for people for sure. I thought that guy was trying to.
So, people saw this. I don't think there's. What are you going to investigate? That's pretty fucking clear, is it not?
Right.
As to what
So
they're
if it's
doing.
racist, you know,
There's major honor codes for these guys too. I mean, this is serious shit. These guys have gone through the ringer to get in here. They're smart. They're
Yeah.
very qualified. I mean, they're
mind-blowing.
They're going to come out. The Army guys will come out as second lieutenants. They're officers. Going to have a great education. This is
Yeah.
like top rung student here. For them to do this shit, it's really, at best, you're joking. I guess I'm not willing to say that, but at best you are, and that makes you a fucking moron.
Well, Trump was there in his "Keep America Great" hat. He did like the coin toss or something, and got a huge ovation. Like the people there loved seeing him. It was totally different than when he goes to the Washington.
The military
Nationals.
loves Republican presidents.
Yes, and they showed their love for him. But yeah, dude, when you think of West Point, the Naval Academy, like
I would
don't you
expect
need-
this
don't
if
you need
Reese
a
is standing there
senator?
at the Alabama-Clemson game, right? And there's just
Yeah.
boneheads in the back,
Tennessee.
yeah, whatever, yeah, doing dumb shit.
that's the thing. They don't have. They
These
have a lot
guys
to
are-
lose. Like,
They have a they very well may be
Right.
kicked out of school for
right?
that.
Yeah.
for sure.
Very well.
Don't you need a senator to write you a fucking letter
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
into these academies?
Yeah.
Like the yeah, it's mind blowing. Like the levels just to even get in there.
Congressman, but
Congressman, close enough. Whatever.
got a lot more options.
True. Your brother was there for a little while.
Yep.
At West Point.
He was.
Smart motherfucker. He wouldn't have done that though. But they're
No.
serious dudes, man.
Yes.
I wonder that'll be interesting as hell to see what they end up doing and what their excuse could possibly be.
And just knowing from what my brother went through, there are all sorts of rules, like on campus, how the uniform is worn and treated, and what you do when you're in that uniform. And
Yeah.
this is like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't talked to him about this, but he's
got
probably
his-
just astounded.
Yeah. I don't know what your excuse could be for that because that clearly those three guys are doing.
At
know.
best, joke.
But those aren't the type of kids that go.
I know.
They're the fucking most serious kids usually in the school ever. So it's just mind blowing that multiple kids will be doing that.
It's not a good sign.
No, and you would have to know during a live ESPN broadcast while Reese is live, you're doing that. How can you not think? What you think people are going to laugh with you through the country? I mean, it's
insane.
It's unless they just all wanted to get kicked out of school.
Yeah, right.
You know, if it was like
Suicide
fuck
mission.
it, I'm going out in a blaze of glory. Insane.
Hey, Arnold Roofing. They specialize in repairs, replacements, and, of course, new roofs. Arnold Roofing has the experience and knowledge to provide you a reliable product backed by quality workmanship and extensive warranties. Get this, Jesus. They'll do the work with no money down. That means you pay upon completion, and that means Arnold Roofing is dedicated to your complete satisfaction. So get roofed up proper. Go to arnoldroofing.com for free estimates and more information, or call 248-634-0189.
You know, that is scary, though. Honestly, look, they shouldn't have done it. It's stupid. What are you thinking? But, dude, this is basically a made-up thing, that this is a racist thing. And so my point is, that going down the line, though, if we just start saying things and it starts getting more and more where they want to just, well, you know, if you do thumbs up, that's racist now. And look, they shouldn't have done it. Stupid to do. But in my opinion, it's a scary thing going down
Where
the
you're
line.
taking away like normal mannerisms.
Yeah,
like you
you're
can't
just like,
signal making a three
right,
anymore.
Right.
I just
don't know,
drained
you're
a
just
three.
saying this.
Oh,
Like,
put your hand down.
It was made up. Like, wasn't that like a rapper or something just said, hey, what if we can do this?
Yeah,
And-
I don't remember the origin start of it. It's still overwhelmingly used as just like okay, and if you're doing that like okie dokie, no one's gonna really have a problem.
Right.
But when you're secretly doing that
Oh,
onto
I
a
get it.
camera, but
I get it.
It doesn't matter though. Like that. What's the meme of the green frog that was adopted? Pepe was adopted by the hardcore alt
Awful
right.
drawing. It's always bothered me how poor a sketch that is. You know?
It is. But
But I'm
I
one
don't
who
know.
judges art on how good a depiction of real life it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
like
that-
Monet doesn't do it for me.
Okay.
I need like more realism, where I look at a painting or a picture and I go, "Oh my gosh, that looks just like the real thing." To me, that's good art.
Really?
Yeah. I have trouble going from there. Like,
I agree.
eh.
I'm more on
So-
that side.
so that's
for
what
sure.
I need
makes
to
you
see it
such a
like a
Bob
direct,
Ross fan?
Abstract bullshit.
a direct replication. Well, the thing that's the beauty of Bob Ross is how quickly and how he's doing it, and you don't see how he's going to pull this off.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it is a happy little tree. As, as
dude, the shadows
stated.
in the water. Oh,
I know.
Shadows in the water, shadows on the mountains.
I know.
It's incredible. It really is. But that meme was picked up by the alt right, and now it's recognized as that. It didn't start out that way, and the artist is like,
So he's objecting to now, like, that's taken off his plate. He can't use that.
Like, I don't really care about the, but I'm saying, what if it starts going down this line where then they just create more things that are
There can't be the same thrust behind thousands of movements or drawings or whatever. There needs to be a select few
it's a
for people
very
to
slippery
understand
slope.
that's what it is.
well, the OK White Power one, it's like that story took off, and then people started doing it like, deliberately. And so you see that it's like, okay, for whatever reason, this stupid OK symbol, has gone into this. Now we all know. We all know now that, okay, this is being adopted by this group. They're jokingly doing this or, playing it out. At that point, there's nothing you can do.
I understand that.
You know what I mean?
It's a
The
very-
middle finger shouldn't be offensive, but, it is.
Yeah,
Has
but
meaning.
it's very
Has
I don't know.
meaning.
It's very scary to me personally because then you can just start making more and more shit
Yeah,
up.
but there needs to be people need to get behind it, and so the more you have, the less people will get behind each
Well,
one.
they'll be able to come up with reasons why they.
You won't
say
be able
a
to
saying.
shake your head anymore.
Yeah.
You want-
Well, and it doesn't
Be able
have to
to
be
nod.
movements. It could be just fucking stupid sayings. It could be, I mean, it
Did
could
you
be a
nod
lot of things.
affirmatively, or are you a
Right.
homophobe?
Right.
Which
exactly.
one, E?
Exactly. You're right.
Think about this. You can't do this anymore. You can't just raise your fucking arm and hold your hand out.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
That's
since
way
the,
different.
Not
That's
since the 40s.
if you have a big urge.
what happened to the 40s that ruined this for us?
Yeah.
It also took away the tiny little mustache look.
did.
It wiped the mustache style off the fucking
You have a
face
big
of the earth.
urge to go like that all of a sudden.
No, but if you're like, oh yeah, I'll take one of those. I'll have a Coke. If people catch you in that fucking motion, it's like Nazi,
Yeah.
Nazi.
yeah, for sure. I mean,
So-
that's a different situation, obviously, in my mind. But
Raising my hand, my lats are tight. My lats are tight.
Damn. But you got what do you do with fist? Now it's black power.
Oh,
You
man.
know what I mean? Like,
It's all confusing.
Yeah,
To E's point,
it's all very.
it's getting very confusing.
You familiar with Senk? Is it Uger? Iger? He was like the Young Turks guy.
Oh yeah,
I don't know how you feel
I don't.
about him.
I don't know how you say it either. I've seen it in print.
Senk, Uygur. E, how would you pronounce that? Uygur.
I guess Iger. I don't.
Iger.
I have to type. Yeah, it's hard.
Don't-
'cause-
don't
I know it's
just
hard,
steal what
I
Jay
understand
said.
because it's hard because Jay just said it, so it's in my head.
Well,
but I'm
he
looking
said it
at
too.
I
So now
didn't
you
even
have
hear.
two.
I didn't even hear what Mike said. So I'm looking at it. I typed it on the.
Jay
into the
just
computer.
decided to blow off the first U and
I
then
know.
take the Y and make it a hard I sound.
I think
Iger.
you have to.
And I think that's fair. I don't
Yeah.
have a problem with that.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so we'll go with Senk Iger. And he, does a political talk show. He's the guy fighting with all the time with who's the guy? Shit.
Right or left.
He's on the right. He's from Canada originally. He goes to school campuses and blah blah blah.
Oh, Crowder.
Oh.
Steven
yeah.
Crowder. Thank you, Jesus. He's constantly going back and forth with Steven Crowder, and of course, Senk just thinks he's a racist. Everything he says is racist. But he is running for a seat, some political seat in California. Senk. He gets a full endorsement from Bernie Sanders a couple days ago, and then people went, "He's got a history of homophobic and sexist comments," and so now Bernie had to come and rescind his endorsement of Senk, and the California arm of his campaign was warned. Past comments were not good, and they urged the campaign to stay out of the race. But Bernie signed him, endorsed him anyways, and Iger entered on the race on a vow to rally progressive voters to a platform including a tight embrace of Sanders. This was years hosting the Young Turks Network show or whatever, and his vocal support of Sanders helped build a national following for him. I was like, okay, he's a douche, Senk, but I don't. What were the comments that are so bad? And it goes back to that story, and I don't remember. It might have been a military school or a really high up school, but they were rating chicks like on the soccer team. Like,
Yeah.
do you remember what school that was?
Oh man,
Was it a military?
it was like
Harvard,
Rutgers
Yale.
or something like that.
Yeah,
It was. No, wait.
but they had like a Google Doc, and they had fucking
Yeah.
for years. They just rated the hotness of chicks between 1 and 10.
What school did Andy from The Office go to? Because it was that school,
Princeton. No.
right?
Yeah,
It's red and white.
Yeah.
Cornell.
Cornell. It was
I don't know
Cornell.
if you guys know, but it was, I went to Cornell.
None of you know. He says it like every fucking 10 seconds.
He was in the
Here Comes Treble.
Here Comes Treble. Great group of
The Glee Club.
Glee Club. Such a great character.
An a cappella group.
So yeah, they were.
It was
rating
Cornell,
chicks.
right?
I think so. Yeah. Now that you say that, on a scale of 1 to 10, basically going fuckability. Which one would you bang? Which one's a
Gee,
lesbo?
that's never been done, right?
And that's what Sank went.
Yeah.
Dude, guys have been rating chicks 1 to 10 for centuries.
Caveman days.
Is this really that big of a fucking story? And people are like, you monster. It's disrespectful and sexist and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's what you guys are pissed about? Can you imagine? How many times
Those
have
are
we
the I
rated
thought you said
chicks?
homophobic.
I don't know what all the comments were, but
Okay.
that one, in the couple stories I read, that one was really jumping out at people. And it's like, and Sank, what his point was, look, the only difference between them and every other guy on planet Earth is they made a
Put it on
Google
paper.
Doc.
Yeah.
They had a fucking documentation of it. And
Yeah,
They made it shareable.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Revisable.
yes. Well, I mean, to have to handwrite that list out every
Gosh.
time.
No,
it
Google
just
Doc
makes
was
sense.
smart. It was really smart. Everybody can access it and put their
Yeah.
comments in.
It was smart until it was
It's
disastrous.
a living document. I love it.
Yeah. So I don't know what ended up happening to those guys.
Probably got doxxed and canceled.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
But-
and we won't be able to find out what happened to them because they have been canceled.
oh,
Right.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
There's no record of them.
So they called it. These groups are calling his vulgar hate speech.
That'd be a good. Oh,
Vulgar. Are we watering down the term hate speech? Because if every guy who did a 1 to 10 fuckability list with
and
chicks in
by
their
the
school,
way, you know what? Girls rate fucking. I know they don't quite do it like guys, but girls fucking sit around and
Yeah.
talk about hot celebrities and shut the. I mean, TMZ's whole website half the time is just, is this chick hot or not? Like, so like when it's looked at as brown, it's just like, oh, a guy, sexist guy.
So another one of these gotcha.
Oh, I
you
know.
social justice.
well, it's so funny. We're all so woke, and it's like, women.
We like to say people kind, not necessarily mankind.
So we don't want to be sexist or misogynistic in any way. Everyone, it's just look straight ahead and hello, ma'am. Nice to meet you, dear.
ma'am.
Don't say
That's
dear
a-
shit. What am I talking about? But I read these stories like around the like Golden Globes or Oscars or any of these things, and it's like the focus on the women's clothes. It's like you're doing that, not us.
Right.
It's like,
It's a-
oh, did you see this dress Renee Zellweger is wearing?
Right.
You can get it here for $50 if you go to this. This is like you would never do that with guys. Never. It's like
it doesn't square. I mean, everybody wants, as you say, to be interested in how people look and so forth. And so this whole
Yeah.
you can't judge how people look just doesn't square with
Yeah.
what everybody wants.
put on a toga towel then if it really doesn't matter. But no, you're wearing a fucking $10,000 dress, and getting all done up, and then the press covers it. It's like, well, why isn't that sexist?
what
You
about
didn't
the
cover
nail cam?
dudes. The
It
what?
is. There's no logic to it.
It-
Zero.
It makes no sense.
So the nails walk down like a little red carpet.
The nail cam? Are
ever
you
seen
kidding
that?
me?
Yeah, you ever see that? They have
No.
Wait, is this during the award ceremonies?
like during the red carpet.
Do women know where the cameras are?
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
like on
there'll
a
be like
Cedar
a-
Point
there'll be
ride,
like a
you can
little-
do like a little flash, you know?
Yeah, there'll be like a little box.
Did they ever do the OK sign?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh,
My
God.
gosh, what
That
the
is
hell is? Oh, look at that
disgusting.
hand.
That hand is
It's a
hideous.
witch hand. That's a witch hand.
It's a witch.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know who that is.
Look at that.
Little dog, too.
Ugh.
That is gross. If your hand looked like that, why would you ever put it
That's
in the
a
nail kit?
witch hand.
But like this, like so you
better.
like, and they'll do like
A little
little.
chubby, wouldn't you say? The fingers a little chubby.
That one? Maybe. And that ring is fucking squoze in there. I mean, you
Yeah.
can see part of the finger leaking out, and
What else we got? E?
I mean, here I could just. Here,
Wouldn't
I
you
could-
be humiliated? If you're a chick, it's like, put your hand in this box so we can all do our
It's
nail kit.
ridiculous. I had no idea this existed.
Me
Ethan.
either.
Wow. This is new level shit.
And if
this
you
is-
look like they got, I mean, it's all.
It's
red
like-
carpet.
It's like Hand from Adam's Family. It's just that pose from wrist
And
down.
the E, they still have like the E.
It's
E
the Manny
logo
cam?
there. Yeah, the Manny cam. There you go. That's what it's actually called. And they got like the E logo there, and like the.
That's a nice looking hand, right? Looks pretty unoffensive. Nothing really. A younger person appears. Not a witch.
Not a witch, but that index has got a little wobble to it that I wasn't crazy about.
Yeah.
I mean, I
It
don't.
does a little turn there. Boy, hands are gross.
They
you just
are,
got-
dude.
when you
When you
look at by
isolate them.
when you isolate
yes.
the hand,
Oh, they are, man.
hands,
See, that's why that one's least offensive.
Look at this one.
Yeah, it's
dude, hands stink. They're
a
gross.
chubby little pig over there on the side with
Yeah.
the rings stuffed on it.
What is?
Just like she tweezed some hair off those fingers too.
Yeah,
The
probably.
second knuckle.
Fingers are fucking weird looking. You're right. When
What
you're
is
just
what is going on with
isolating
that ring finger? Why is it turning into the middle?
them.
Yeah,
You know what
dude,
I mean? Like,
Because all
the
hands
hand
are like,
needs to be with the body.
It does.
It's just
it needs to be in a pocket or holding someone else's hand.
cannot be the focus.
It cannot be the focus. I want to see if do they have a pedicam too, so we can see their. That probably wouldn't be a good thing to call it, but so we can see their feet.
No, that was you're right. Shit, I was trying to.
Fuck, Hollywood has the grossest hands.
Wow,
Who would have
I
thunk?
had no idea.
I guess those are pretty good actually.
Painting your nails. Ugh, it's all so dumb.
You know, Jay, I was thinking when we were talking about like when you was like, oh, we wouldn't even know about those people because they'd be canceled and gone. That'd actually be a pretty good Black Mirror episode. Like we'd have a society, and like once it determined you were canceled, you'd like still be walking around, but
Yeah,
no one could
nobody-
see you.
yeah.
and you would just be like, fuck, I'm canceled, and maybe there'd be a way to get uncanceled
That is
somehow.
that is a
like-
great idea. In fact, it may be already. Honestly, that sounds so familiar to me.
I think you're maybe thinking of the one where there's like social media and everyone's pointed at
Yes,
each
that
other.
is what I'm thinking of.
Which I think is a little different.
Oh,
than
that's the
the-
one where if your rating goes down,
Yes,
you get your
same sort
It's
of
a little
idea,
bit
but I
the
like
same,
it. E.
But
I
it's
like
different
it.
in the
that
sense
that episode terrified me.
Yeah.
By the way, I mean it was like
oh, that could happen for sure. It's
so
a kinda.
basically it's I don't know how you would describe that. Like in your daily life, walking around, every interaction is then
Social
rated.
capital. Yeah. So you're either going up or you're going down.
Yes. And so if you're up, it means you get better interest rates on your mortgage. You get, you get into better clubs. You get
Everything,
access.
dude.
Everything you do. If your rating is up high, if it's down, you're fucked. And so it's like one cab driver goes, shitty passenger, shitty tip, one. And it's like, ding, 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 your number goes down. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, man. So everyone's trying to just be perfect wooden people to each other so they can just keep their 5-star
I don't remember
rating.
if you fucked somebody just out of spite, would yours go down? You know what I mean? Because there'd be a lot of people just
Yeah.
hitting people as trolls.
Well,
There
if
must-
you did that to someone, they could essentially do it back to you. So I don't know. I don't remember.
It'd be a wash.
Maybe.
It's certainly an interesting idea
Yeah,
because
it is.
obviously there's a.
But then it's
there's
like
a
your
benefit.
friends don't want to hang out with you. They're like, dude, your rating went down. It's like,
But
stay away from
The
me.
cancellation and like people just walking don't even see you and walk
Right,
into you and
right,
shit.
right.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about doing
Cancellation Island.
Cancellation Island,
Yeah.
where you just put them on an island. It's like, dude, I want to go there.
Oh,
I just
would-
want to go to
if that
Cancellation
There's
became
some
a
Island.
real-
interesting people there.
Can you
for sure.
imagine?
If that became a real thing, like for real, like they took a huge thing. From now on, I'd get myself canceled. To be honest.
Problem
with
is
you. I
there'd
would
be some
just-
truly awful people there.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know?
but I could deal with Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Kevin
Did you see him,
Spacey.
by the way, with the tennis balls in the walker
Yes.
and everything in court, acting like he's got a back injury? Then the next day he's seen like walking out and about.
Yeah, that story is pissing a lot of people off. The settlement,
Very
whatever.
Cosby-esque in that he's showing up to court with like this disability that nobody knew about before, you know?
At least Cos has the eye. He can always
Oh,
point
that
to that
milky-
eye.
it's very milky.
It looks like a Bond villain or
Ugh.
something. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
looks like a.
Seems to float about.
Look at that. Those are brand new tennis
Oh,
balls.
I
dude.
know. That is such a new device.
Yeah.
You know? That
Oh,
he has
yeah. He
not
bought
been
on the
scooting
way
around.
in.
Yes.
Yeah, they stopped at the store and picked that up.
Stopped at Dunham's on the way and just grabbed a thing of
Yeah.
tennis balls, sliced them.
Can you buy individual tennis balls, or did he have to buy the 3-pack can? Probably
Boy, I don't think you can get them individual. Well, maybe you can. I think I've seen just the
single ball.
maybe
I
the
don't think
three.
so.
No.
The three is as small as they go.
Although I thought we saw that they sell them even like they sell versions of this at like those
Yes,
stores, right?
Absolutely,
Just
like
for
Benson's.
this.
I've
Yeah.
seen.
Benson's,
yeah,
yeah.
they sell like it's like a blue tennis ball.
Yeah,
but it's
well, there's a
already
market
cut.
there.
There
There's a
totally is.
Yeah. I
Can't do
think
anything
I
better
think the
than-
racquetball comes in a two ball
Okay,
container.
yeah.
But I think the tennis ball standard
three.
issue is 3.
Well,
Can we
standard
not-
issue is 5, isn't it? But it'll
No.
go as low as 3.
No, no. The
I
can
thought
is
5.
It's like a Pringles can.
Yeah.
And I think just 3 of them. Am I wrong about that?
I thought it was
I
a
don't know
little
if
bigger.
I've
but
ever seen a 5 tennis ball can.
okay. I'm not a big tennis guy, so.
Yeah.
Can we not in this day like get better for walkers than the?
Oh, there's better. E. We've seen the handbrakes, all that stuff.
I
you
know, but why are we still taking a razor blade to a tennis
Well, that's
ball?
the thing, man. Has there ever been like a product that's totally unrelated to another product that's
Right?
just so regularly used? I'm sure
Yeah.
there are, but that one is just so.
The tennis ball really is incredible when you think about it. It gets more use off the court than on. If you think about it, how many people have a string
tell
in
me
their
about it.
garage hanging down with a tennis ball on
People
it?
do that a lot more. Okay.
Travis-
Sexy Jesus is raising his hand.
Yeah.
I've thought about it with Manny and Russell pulling in, but
Yeah.
they've just kind of learned after 2 times hitting the wall. But yeah, I don't know how widespread that is. Do you have that
We
at your
used
house? Steve?
to. We haven't in a while, but
Okay.
I remember having it.
But a lot of people have that.
Yep.
That
a
is
lot
not
of kids play just like pickle with it
pickle.
and stuff.
Your dog.
Yeah.
Your dog. It's a dog toy more
Yeah.
than it is a tennis thing. You know what I mean?
Most households have like 3 or 4 tennis balls,
Yes.
right?
And
Even
when
though
was the last time you
nobody
played
plays tennis.
How do we all have tennis balls somewhere in the house?
That's weird, man.
It is.
God,
And then-
the Spalding people have just bamboozled us.
Yeah, they've really nailed it with their markets.
Yeah.
But
It does look like 3
between. I would argue every day in America. Do you think more tennis balls are hit and put in use on the court, or between the string hanging in your garage with the tennis ball,
A dog.
the walkers, and the dogs? Do more tennis balls get used?
The latter.
I think so.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Spalding and Wilson. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they did it.
Without directly marketing it too.
No.
It just happened. It's just word of mouth.
That's it.
You know, hey, you could cut a hole in that and hang it from your garage, and
How do you do that, by the way? Because it just looks like a string.
yeah, you measure for like you
No, I know.
pull it in. And
How
then
do you get it? How do you get the ball to stay on that string?
Oh, you can just I don't know, cut a slit in it and then cut a little hole in it and
A knot?
tie it.
Do you have
yeah.
to make a big knot, and so that it
Not a big knot, but
big enough? That
you got to slice it, right?
Oh yeah, and you can tell someone sliced those.
Yep.
And that left tennis ball on Harvey Weinstein's that's going to fall off.
Yeah, that's
I think
hurting.
that left tennis ball
That's
is
in
trouble.
pain.
You would
They
think,
almost look like unmatched tennis balls. Interestingly enough,
Yeah.
The one on the stage right, the one that's
Yeah,
at
yeah.
issue right now, appears to be greener than the one
yeah,
stage left.
could be lighting.
It could be, or we could be talking about the Wilson Spalding difference. I don't know.
Yeah. Or it's, they had it in their garage for 30 years and there was only 2 balls in the can.
Yep.
And they were just mismatched.
Grabbed one from the dog, grabbed one from underneath the car.
Exactly.
Are we giving the one on the right too much scrutiny? Is that reflection we see around it on the floor? Got sort of a marble floor that,
Yeah,
or sidewalk that might be reflecting back.
I don't know, but all I know is I'm not comfortable with what I'm seeing right now, and I think you could have an issue.
Mm-hmm.
It appears that could come off, and that's troubling. Why has the walker inventors, why have they not addressed this issue? Why do we
Putting
need,
their own tennis balls on?
or something, anything
Yeah.
like a rubber something or other? Like
Yeah, maybe
why,
they do, man. Maybe they do. Maybe this is just
I have,
a cheap version.
This is so not. I wouldn't normally do this, but you'll find this funny. So someone's watching right now, by the way, Mandy, and she says that tennis balls can be used by janitors to scuff marks off floors too.
Wait,
Okay.
what, you like?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Really?
Yes, janitors will use tennis balls to scuff marks out of floors.
Wow.
To get scuff marks out of floors.
Yeah.
Do you
I
have
had
to
no-
spray some cleaner
I
on
don't-
it first and then
I-
use it
she'll
kind of
have
as...
to wait till
I
she
could
checks
see
it.
that. They're very durable.
They
Got that
are.
nice-
Boy, but I've just never seen that in play. Is that a new thing?
Trick of the trade. Kind of a
Yeah.
trick of the
I
trade.
don't know any more than
But
that. I
again,
just gotta tell
nobody
you.
instructed janitors to do that. Nobody marketed it. Nobody did that. They just figured it out.
Incredible.
Yeah. They're just the versatility
The
of the tennis ball.
versatility of that product. I can't think of another product in America that is so versatile and in so much use for what it's not intended to do.
Disparate ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I'm trying to think of
I don't know. I'm hard pressed.
people email us with that. Let us know if
Is-
there's
is there another
are there
product like
products. I'm thinking of door stops.
It does look like there's 3 tennis balls in most containers, by the way.
And
I
what
seriously-
company are you looking at? Is
I
that
mean,
the
just
Wilson people?
Penn.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like
the
the
big one.
Pringles kind of size.
Penn. Great one.
Okay.
Great one.
Penn?
Penn. Penn.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big tennis name.
It's a huge tennis name. It's kind of the Brunswick.
Right.
Brunswick
Really?
to
Is
bowling.
it really?
Penn
For
is
sure.
to. I think Penn really only focuses on the tennis ball world.
Okay, kind of like the Brooks running shoe. They stay there.
Yes.
They stay in their lane.
Stay in their lane.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that a million times. But, dude,
See?
if you would have taken the name off that and told me fill in the name,
No, I
God,
wouldn't.
Wilson, Spalding, I would not have come up with Penn.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the best part is you probably have one of those cans in your garage somewhere.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Probably.
yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. We got to get a commercial in here. So hang tight, everybody. We'll hear from Twin Peaks. All right, welcome back. Thank you, fine folks at Twin Peaks. Back to Harvey Weinstein. Obviously, the focus is much on his walker and the tennis balls, but he also,
As it should be.
yeah, he's also reached a tentative $25 million settlement with dozens of women, dozens of his accusers, just weeks before he's set to, go on trial with the assault charges and whatnot. So the deal would bring to an end nearly every assault lawsuit filed against Weinstein and his now bankrupt Weinstein Company, the movie company.
That's so cheap, man. 25 mil?
Right? For dozens? The settlement would also not require Weinstein to admit wrongdoing or pay anything to his accusers himself. Insurance companies would pay it.
Wow.
And people are outraged. Fucking millionaires could get away with anything, white and fucking millionaires. This has nothing to do with the criminal case.
Yeah,
That's-
remind me what that was. I mean, we've all heard like, oh yeah, he's a dog and he did all these things to so many women. But what is the actual criminal case about? I don't remember who's the victim there or what that entailed.
Yeah, that's a good. I don't know that I remember. It must have been one of the more recent ones.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Because statute of limitations on a lot of them.
I just don't recall that. I mean, I know Rose McGowan came forward, and then people
Yeah.
started accusing him and stuff. But I just don't remember what it was.
Who were some of the other
It was
ones?
his MO was like bathrobe, right?
The potted
then he
plant,
just,
too.
Yeah, the
yes,
potted plant was-
plant.
The potted plant was.
He'd always want to bathe with people.
Yeah.
like, shower.
He'd
with
walk
them.
out nude. He wanted them to massage him.
Yeah,
And he's just gross. He's fucking gross.
really is.
But but he's a monster, heavy hitter, in the entertainment business, and he could cancel people. Like if you didn't play ball with Harvey, so maybe it was worth a little jack session to, if you want to be in this movie and whatnot. But yeah, when I started hearing about him coming in the potted plants at the
Plant
front
did
door,
nothing. The plant did not deserve it.
yeah. Now, I wonder because I don't have too many details about this settlement. Now that they need to do final sign-offs and blah 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 and all that stuff, but it sounds like that'll go through.
By the way, even in even in really fancy hotels, is it that often potted plants? Are they?
I think that was at the front door or something. Like he opened his door at his house and there was a potted plant inside, and he came in.
Okay, I thought it had to
that's
do with
what that
hotel
was.
rooms more. Like I remember thinking.
Well, he was doing it there too.
Okay, but maybe he wasn't. Okay, maybe that was just it. Because I was thinking, like, is there even like fancy hotels? Potted plants would be a pretty
It's a weird place to
Atrium.
go alone. I'll give
in
you
the
that.
room.
common,
in the
right.
room, yeah.
I can't think of a place that I've seen potted plants
in the hotel room,
Right.
right?
Well, we're not staying
about
at
you?
5-star. He's probably got a whole suite and all that, multiple rooms.
Yeah. Okay.
Does it matter when you come to a settlement like that? Because I agree, this sounds very, very low. $25 million for dozens. So let's say each gets $200,000. Does the girl that got thrown a load on her face, unwanted, get more than the girl that just got like her butt slapped?
There's some
So some
listing.
dude has to.
Yeah,
sit there.
whoever's settling these cases on their behalf is
Yeah.
distributing it somehow, and they're agreeing specifically to that.
Okay, so I think we can agree the woman.
What, do you think there's like a key? Like okay, like a big spreadsheet.
So tell me your story.
What will we get here? Come on the face or just a slap on the ass? Ooh.
Yeah,
Wish
I
he-
mean, he tried aggressively to kiss me and wouldn't leave me alone.
that's gonna be pretty
50
low.
grand?
Yeah, that's
50
gonna be
grand
low.
for, I mean, he's gross. Maybe you do 60 grand. But the one that had to witness him come in a fucking potted plant,
Yeah,
she's never going to unsee that.
Nobody deserved that.
Yeah. And then
But it would be worth it now.
did he mouth penetrate people against their
Oh,
will
that,
too?
that gets
yeah.
worse. That gets
I think
right.
he did.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
that
think
rings
so
a bell
too.
too.
And that gets way worse. Like honestly, for me, when I think like when I
All these like hot young actresses
Yeah.
with this guy between their legs, like, ugh, dude.
this guy.
Oh, I'm coming. Just to end it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you're so good, Harvey. You're so good.
Wow, yeah. So, anyways, it's not a thing where he could still go to jail for the rest of his life. So people that are like, oh my God, this settlement, it's settled, in a civil case, but not the criminal case. The criminal case still goes on. And maybe look that up because I wouldn't mind knowing what.
I was trying to find out.
What the facts are behind the criminal case?
Yeah, the criminal one. Because I'm sure they've said. I mean, that would be out there. But
But this dude, you know what I mean? When Jay says that,
Yeah,
like you gotta,
that guy between your legs.
remember how fucked he got to with the artist rendition of him in the courtroom? Remember that?
Him and Tom Brady,
Him and Tom Brady
have
and-
never been depicted worse in
And
an
that
artist
lady,
rendition.
didn't that lady kind of get
Yes, 'cause,
screwed?
yeah.
But she didn't help herself.
Right.
I think they made him 3 times as fat as he
Yeah.
actually is, and he's already huge.
Yeah.
But the artist rendering was like, oh shit, they really did a disservice to Harvey Weinstein.
I remember that blue. They really nailed the blue. Look at that.
It's like, that's just, come on.
Look at the blue pastel.
I mean, enough.
And the face, even like the ears and he looks like a troll.
Yeah, that's just, is that piling on? At this point, that's just piling on, right?
This artist was very excited to use that sky blue pastel. That's like the full length pastel in her box. Never gets used.
Never.
She's like, we're inside a courtroom all day and never see sky. But he's wearing a sky blue vest, a sweater vest. I'm going nuts on
I
it.
mean, look at the stomach on the right versus the
Oh, yeah.
left.
That's a shot, man. That's
Yeah,
a
that's-
shot
that's-
for all women.
Yeah, that is clearly, that chick in the drawing does not like Harvey Weinstein. She's doing everything she can. I mean, that's just brutal.
That's a bust.
He should sue. That's defamation, right? That's character assassination.
Right.
I know.
She might have added 100 pounds onto that.
She did. She added 100 pounds, and she aged him 20 years.
Look how much wider he is. He's just it's insane.
His jacket doesn't even fit on him.
No.
It's squoze in there. She didn't do a very good job with that collar either. I got to be honest with you. Yeah, it's terrible. So, anyways, yeah, he's apparently been fucking with his ankle monitor. So they've raised his bail or something. He's taking out a piece that doesn't monitor where you are.
Oh,
it's like,
man.
is he lurking about? I mean, come on. Harvey Weinstein can't just be walking around outside at Starbucks, right? I mean, people would photograph him like crazy.
There's Tom Brady, yeah. Oh, look at Kaz, too.
Yeah, Kaz-
But you know what? You show that, and you know it's him.
You're right. Good
Yes,
point.
but why would you have the opportunity to paint that milky eye?
She got the milky eye not too bad. I was about to comment. I
Absolutely
think she did.
not.
No?
No. Look at Cosby's eye.
It's not
for real.
floating enough.
Yes, I think it's like blue and floating.
Okay, who's the guy on the far right? Is that Weinstein?
Yeah.
It is?
Different artist rendition,
guess.
huh?
No, that's not Weinstein.
This is from the article. I was wondering too because I didn't know, so I looked at the actual. I googled, went into the
Dude,
article.
did Diego Rivera do the center one? I mean, look at that thing. It looks like the damn Industrial Revolution thing at the
Sure.
DIA.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, this was in his portfolio.
And his
for
girlfriend
sure.
sucked, by the
Oh,
way.
she's so gross with that
Sucked.
unibrow.
Oh, what's her name?
I don't remember.
Fuck. She's
Something
terrible.
like Florence or some
Yeah,
shit. She's gross.
Frida? Is it
Yes,
Frida. Frida. Having Frida's shit on display.
Dude,
at
she was the
it's
Yoko. She was the
insulting.
Yoko to Diego, you know?
Dude, she's got like napkin drawings that,
Yeah.
that are hanging up there.
Yoko!
Dude, I was seeing a big art. I wish I could remember more about it, but I read this article about. You know when we sit here and go with art, like, well, they say it's worth. They say this drawing of a lion is worth $800,000 million or whatever.
$100,000 million. Yes.
So-
Well putty.
No, but like, what was I? So I was reading something where it's like kind of known apparently, and they'll. There's some. It's just all charade. You know what I mean? There was something about knowing
probably a bunch of
knowing
money
the
laundering
parade.
going on,
That's
if
what
we're
they
being
said,
honest.
right?
Yeah.
That, and then like they know him. They know the guy who's going to appraise it.
Think
and-
of Ozark and how the Jason Bateman character is constantly looking for ways to move money
Yeah.
through, right? That's
100%,
perfect, man.
Jay.
The art
That's-
world.
If you could tape a banana to a wall and sell it for $120,000,
Look, don't just say tape. It was duct tape.
Duct
and that
tape,
means
yes.
something. Like,
if you could do that, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's a great.
I think Jay. I think you hit. That's what it was. Because then they had like insiders who would give the appraisal, and then all of a sudden now it's like, well, this
yeah,
was the
you
thing.
can just be
and-
absurd because there's no true measure. You can just be
Yeah.
like, well, it's art, you know? And that excuses everything. Just call it art.
We've seen a lot of auctions. There's obviously, and so much of that is fraudulent. Baseballs, sports memorabilia, music memorabilia. And I love that stuff. I don't know how you guys feel. Obviously, you guys aren't, buying up that kind of shit for a lot of money.
I'm mainly, honestly, even if I had a shitload of money, I could see myself, there's some things I would buy that I wouldn't buy now, but I would say when it comes to memorabilia, I prefer it to just be something I was, maybe I was given. I know this is it. It meant something to me because I caught a foul ball or
Yeah,
something.
my journey toward minimalism precludes collections.
For sure,
such
Did
as-
you
yeah.
hang on to your ticket stubs?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but they're like in a box, like
Yeah.
that
No,
big.
it doesn't take that much space.
No, I know, but if you have like an original Beatles ticket stub, they can be worth quite a bit of money now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I saw this story I've been sitting on for like a week, but the Nazi auction, and people are really people are like, oh, it's historic memorabilia, and some of this stuff goes for extreme amounts of money. One of his hats, $473,000. One of his old battered telephones, $245,000.
Obviously talking about Hitler
Hitler,
himself.
yeah, Hitler. And I think they got a pair of gross panties from Ava Braun.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know. Decades old pair of pink silk knickers.
Dude.
Yeah, they think
Knickers.
$5,000 for that. Yeah, they're kind of gross, man. Ava Braun's panties. Oh, fuck.
Wow.
How do you feel about that though? Because there was a deep sea thing where they thought one of his ships went down, one of his battleships.
Right.
And what was the name of it? Shit.
It was like a mini destroyer or something they called
Yes.
it. Yeah.
So on this ship was a bronze Nazi eagle from the prow of the Graf Spee pocket battleship. And so these guys went down and did a search and found it and brought this thing up. And there was a big war, like who owns it. And so the judge, I think, gave, hey, you guys went down and searched.
Finders keepers?
Finders keepers, yeah. And it's a big ass fucking Nazi, I mean, huge, on a battleship. Big, like, circle with the swastika and, you know, all that stuff. They're talking about potentially, for this thing, like $65 million.
Wow, man. Wow.
Oh, just for the one thing?
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
who's the market for that stuff? I mean,
Right.
that's your ultimate question, right?
I guess that is,
I think
you know,
history
like,
buffs. I think, honestly,
Yeah.
I think you can
Yeah,
buy
it's
this.
undeniably part of history.
I believe that you can buy stuff in reality that, like, I think you could buy Civil War stuff that was on the South if you,
Yeah.
honestly, in my
without
opinion, if you're...
accepting the morals
Yes,
of the object.
I definitely
yeah,
do.
I kind of feel that way too, but I mean, Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead had the most extensive Nazi collection.
I think if you're gonna if you're gonna exhibit that sort of thing, that's a different question.
Right.
If you're gonna collect it for perhaps it's gonna raise in value, and you're gonna, you know, you're just a business person, and I would buy that just like I'd buy a feather from, you know, so and so's headdress, you know.
Yeah.
Then you do that and you keep it, and then you look to move it later. It's just an asset. That's different than like, hey, here's this Nazi thing that I bought for $65 million and is in the foyer
Yeah.
of my home. Like, that's fucking
That's
different.
weird. And people are saying, look, this one we get like that. There's a place for that. You know, they say this. It needs to be studied. You don't want to just destroy this stuff.
Museums. I mean, it
It should be in a museum. Yeah, because to your point, if it's sitting in your fucking front foyer,
No, then you're accepting like this means something to me, and that's twisted.
800 pounds this thing weighs.
Wow.
Yeah, it's big, man. So yeah, I kind of feel that same way. I didn't know how people. I imagine the Jewish community would have a different take on whether or not, you know, having a sword or a knife, you know, whatever, or a gun with a Nazi regalia, you know, the swastika on it, armbands. You know, there's stuff that's relatively inexpensive that anybody can get, and so people are like, who's buying this stuff?
Seriously.
Is this just going to right-wing fanatics, or, you know, a lot of this is online, anonymous, you don't know,
The cadets at the Army Navy game,
right?
swiping it up.
But, you know, I think it's something. Is that something you could frame if you had a?
No, fuck
could-
no. You can't
okay.
exhibit that shit.
So where do you? So what do you? I guess if it's just about the money.
Maybe you buy it and you let a museum exhibit it. Oh.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think for historical purposes, I think you definitely... I think the thing
Does it
should be
Yeah,
matter?
you shouldn't
destroyed.
scrub history, you know?
Well, those
it's a thing.
right.
It really happened.
Right.
Does it matter if I'm a war historian or something personally, and I've got some memorabilia from the First World War, Second World War, you know, and I've got various things all over the walls. If you displayed it like that, like just as part of your collection,
Are you an equal opportunist, or is it all fascist and Nazism?
yeah, it's well. No, it's just whatever I can get my
Yeah.
hands on.
Got a flag from Iwo Jima.
Sure.
Got it all. It's just
No, I'm just
an
trying to.
eclectic mix.
I want to be clear. I'm not trying to buy any of this stuff. I'm not online shopping for Nazi memorabilia, but it's a weird one.
I would definitely not display something like that. That is,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
off limits to me.
Well, you're a minimalist now, so
Yeah,
it's not like you're going to
right.
acquire. You're going to obtain
if I
it
could
anyways.
get past that,
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute, let me ask you, like, is it only Nazi stuff, though? Like, what about people that have lost wars in the past? I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, if you go back to things...
Yeah,
is
there's
it,
a
if it's just
freshness to it,
war,
right?
Well, no, I mean, because the Nazi thing is like this... what's
well,
the,
you're
I can't
asking
think
me
of
if,
the
if
word
you go
for it.
farther back, right, and like
Well,
grab
no,
something
even
from
in World War II. I mean, what if, you know, not Germany
that's
stuff, but
Nazi
like
stuff.
Japan stuff, or you know what I mean, or like that's my point. Is it? Well, I can't think of the fucking word what he was trying to do to those people, but killing all these people.
Exterminate?
Exterminate.
Yeah, I mean, flat out that. But if it's just wars like World War One, and you're just taking stuff even though they were the
Well, that
lost
was
side.
Mike's point, right?
Okay.
If you're just a war collector.
They were total dicks, though, the Nazis. Let's be clear.
They went a little far.
They did. They got out of
a little
they got
farther
out of
than
hand.
just world domination.
Yeah. When you're putting people, stuffing them like sardines into trains,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
to go into their certain death, and then you charge them for the train ride. I think people 4 and under got to ride for free, but these people were paying.
Insult to injury.
Yeah, I mean that's just
It's over the line.
It's way over the line.
Genocide. That's what I was fucking sexy. Uses
Genocide.
That's what I was thinking of. Though.
What are some other wars in time?
See,
Like,
they even think alike.
oh yeah. What are some other? I know there's some smaller wars, that people have been in.
I mean, the Spanish American.
Yeah, there you
know?
go. Could you collect Spanish America
Sure.
memorabilia?
Yeah.
Wasn't there one involving Panama? What am I thinking? The
The Panamese.
Panamese, yes.
I'm sure there
Had
was
some
some conflict,
disputes in Africa, right? As a continent, I know there's been some
uprisings.
uprisings. Yep.
Because like I would want, like think about this, like I would want to, if I had money, for example, like I would 100% be interested in both British and American things from the
The
Revolutionary
good
War.
guys. Oh,
Like,
okay.
yeah.
You're saying.
Both
I
sides,
thought you
like
meant
both
World War
sides.
II.
Like if like I was offered, like,
Yeah.
dude, this was a fucking jacket worn by a English, the red coat,
Yeah.
kind of thing. I'd be like, fuck, that's pretty tits,
Pretty tits.
So I mean,
Take that.
that'd be an example,
Yeah, but there's
right?
no, it wouldn't because there's not the moral outrage.
That's what I'm saying. A good example of like. That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
Like that would be something where I don't think people wouldn't sit
Yes.
there. And be
In
like,
recent
"You
history, I
monster."
think Nazism
Apartheid.
it kind of holds a special category.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
does.
I
Of
agree.
Evil.
Where do you stand on apartheid? Issues like that.
What's that? I don't even know what that means. I don't know.
South Africa, Mandela, ring a bell.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Hey.
Past the Nazis.
Yeah. Kyle Mayer, he's back. This segment is brought to you by Kyle Mayer and Company Accountants. If you dread handling your personal or business taxes as much as you dread having Harvey Weinstein go down on you, well, let Kyle Mayer handle all of it. Kyle's a pro. You can trust him. Don't waste your time trying to figure out all those damn forms, numbers, and deductions. Leave it all to Kyle. Call him today, 248-521-0016.
God, he was going down on chicks for wasn't he?
He was.
I think if I was a chick, I think I'd rather be forced into blowing the guy than having him go down on me. Ugh. Having that fat head between your legs?
I disagree.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Those Stinky pubes in your face.
ugh. Just imagine him
Ah,
licking around down
just
there.
the-
He'd be sloppy, wouldn't he? He'd be sloppy.
Yes.
He'd be
I don't
Overzealous.
even know why
Yes.
I'd want to do it because I
Very
feel like he
way
would just be
too
a
aggressive.
selfish guy. Like I don't feel like this is a guy who'd want to be
Selfish lover.
pleasuring
Right.
these people. So
Well,
I'm
he's
shocked
probably
he-
got his dick in his hand at the same time.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
Definitely. Anyway.
Speculation, conjecture. Who knows?
Yeah. I hope we get details on when it goes to court, though. Criminal stuff. Wedding planner website Zola will no longer run advertisements on the Hallmark Channel following the network's decision to remove 4 commercials that featured a same-sex wedding.
Not just a same-sex wedding, a same-sex wedding ending in a kiss.
Oh,
In your face.
yes.
In your face, families watching Hallmark shows.
The removal of the commercials followed petitions by conservative groups, including 1 Million Moms. I've never even heard of these groups. And LifeSite that asked the network to not run films or commercials that features the alphabet community. While cutting ads that featured same-sex weddings, the network continued to air 2 other Zola ads that did not have the homosex kissing. It was 2 chicks, right? It was a lesbo kiss. Is that what it was? Do we have the
That's right.
have the commercial? If it was 2 dudes,
Ugh, gross. Get it off my TV.
okay, here we go.
So you have one
Hi,
kind
Ava.
of a...
Wonder if our guests would be here on time
If we had a custom wedding website.
with our ceremony.
So one's in like a
details
sensible
on it.
I,
pantsuit.
Taylor, would pick Zola
man.
to have it
Yeah,
host our wedding
the quote
website.
man.
Ours
Yeah.
even matched our Zola invites. The whole thing was so
Oh my
so
God.
freaking easy.
Do you think Zola could have made planning your perfect wedding
I
easier?
do.
We do. I do.
And here it is. In your face!
Couples plan their weddings with free websites, registry, and invitation.
That was a pretty extensive kiss there. I mean, there was no tongue involved, but the camera did stay and rotate on that.
Yeah.
Because they could have easily just had the back of the head and kissed like that
Right.
first image. I don't know if that would have gotten the outrage from these conservative groups that it did.
It probably would have.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
As so many other TV and cable networks showcase the Alphabet family. No shit. Yeah. Yes, I would agree with that. that showcase that the Alphabet Crew families are part of family programming. Advertisers on the Hallmark Channel should see this news and question whether they want to be associated with a network that chooses to bow to fringe anti-Alphabet activist groups, which solely exist to harm Alphabet families. Mike Chai, Zolo's chief marketing officer, said the only difference between the commercials that were flagged and the ones that were approved was the commercials that did not meet Hallmark standards, including a lesbian kiss celebration. So anyway, they did approve the one where the hetero couple kissed. All kisses, couples, and marriages are equal. So anyway, they're not going to be advertising on Hallmark anymore. What do you guys think? Any problem with that?
I mean, this battle is lost for the conservatives, you know? I don't know what they can do other than bitch, like this story indicates. And
I'm
you know,
surprised Hallmark would pull ads because you have to know.
Yeah, but they're so family oriented, right? I mean, they probably got really strong data showing that conservatives are really important because those aren't all those Christmas. Isn't
oh
that
my
like
god, dude!
Yeah,
oh my
those like
god.
made for TV Hallmark Christmas shows,
and they're all the same. By the way, they're all the same.
What are they? Just like a family?
They're made for network. You know, hour
as
and
clean
15
and
minute
family fun as it gets, and just romantic,
like
kind
Little
of...
House on the Prairie.
No,
style.
I mean it's modern day shit, but it's just
No, I just mean that clean and
rom-com, but in the cleanest way, without the comedy.
It's
they
just a
try,
rom.
right?
It's a
They
rom.
try,
Yeah, they try, kind of.
but it's in a clean way.
Ugh.
So this is them looking seriously at their data, going, "Oh shit, yeah."
I would think like if you do anything that even if it's not wrong, anything perceived against the Alphabet community, you have to know the backlash is coming like a fucking tsunami.
Yeah, the
You know what I
woke
mean?
scolds are loud.
They are, and they don't like anyone fucking with their agenda at all. Period. So the Hallmark Channel, it's like, is it possible they didn't know that because they don't want this negative news, and I don't know what you do about it.
This falls between the cracks for them. That's weird, you know. You'd think somebody at the channel would go, "Hey guys, we got to really think about this. You know, do we want to put this on because this is what's going to happen? This is how this is going to play out. It's very obvious."
Oh,
but again, but isn't it like what you said, Jay? The people that watch it are probably like, hell yeah, you know, right?
Yeah,
pull it. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. If you've got a bunch of
But I'm just saying, like before this was put on, how was there not more thought put into that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, it's very clear how that shit's going to play out in that circumstance.
The conservative community is certainly seeing the Alphabet people represented well on TV and in movies nowadays. I don't know when the last time I saw a white male and a white woman in a fucking family marriage. It's like, just, you know what I mean? Like, it's got to be a fucking black chick and a white guy, or vice versa. Like, mixed everything. Everything's mixed.
It's like a Sunny Delight commercial.
It's an updated Sunny D commercial.
You shouldn't even be having the white guy. What are you thinking, dude?
The white guy's the buffoon. He's the idiot.
Moron. I can't find my keys. Duh. Duh. Honey, where's the can opener?
If
he
there's
doesn't know how to open his drawer.
If there's a white person in the couple, it really should be the girl. I mean, that's because at least that's a female. Like the idea that a white man is marrying somebody. Ooh.
It does have one. It checks one intersectional box, right?
Right.
You have a female white.
Well, she's going to be the boss. She's wearing the pants no matter what. And if you have someone burgling a house, God damn it, it better be a white guy.
Oh,
that's the
for
only
sure.
the only commercials white males are going to be able to get are for alarm companies going forward. We're just the bad guy creeping in, breaking someone's house. And that poor black couple that moved in and is getting their house burgled.
Well, a good example of that is what recently happened in Jersey City, right? With the two black Israelite shooters who shot up a kosher supermarket, right?
Yeah.
It didn't fit the narrative that the news likes, like white supremacy is taking people out. You know, taking out the Jews. No, it's actually two black people.
Yeah.
And I think
that story just goes away.
Yeah.
It just
like
I didn't even hear about
Rashida Tlaib deleted a tweet about it because when she realized they were black people. Like, that's
kidding.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
oh my God, that's
terrible.
awesome.
That's terrible. Yeah, we see that all the time, though.
Oh, yeah,
a
for
story
sure.
just drops off the planet the minute they go, oh, yeah, shit. Turns out it was two fucking a Mexican kid and a black kid. Not,
how does that work?
Ooh, school shooter. Better be white. Front page news.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm watching TV now, and I'm just looking at the background to see all the characters and the mixed nature of them all. It's like, this is comical.
Yeah, I
every
know.
boardroom, every living room with a family in it. It's like, this is such an eclectic diverse group of people that I've never seen in my life.
As
but
goofy
whatever.
as it is, though, like it will have an effect, right, for
yeah.
the,
For sure.
the younger generation coming forward and just going, yeah. So there's Korean people with black people with Spanish people, like
Yeah.
whatever, like. It will subliminally or
No doubt about
affirmatively
it.
watching something and thinking that will have an effect on you,
And I don't have a problem with
which
it.
is a good thing. Other than it's just like fucking weird right now.
we're in the weird
see
zone.
the Gap commercial with everybody, even redheads represented. Ugh.
Yeah. Ugh. And the girl put her elbow, the white girl putting her elbow on the black
Oh,
girl's
you can't
shoulder
do-
or
you
whatever.
can't
It was
do
like, what the fuck?
There's one for you. If the girl is in it and she's white, it better be a red hair,
Right.
right?
Real strawberry blonde type or
No,
like red?
like fucking orange.
Yeah,
Annie,
like soulless.
little orphan. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's hilarious though, and it's like I love watching the bumbling husband. I love that character.
My dad's
in
been on
every
that
commercial.
for years.
Well, that's
Oh,
been
yeah,
since
it's
the
like-
honeymooners.
Right.
Yeah.
But it seems Mike's
Fred
right. Though. It seems
Flintstone,
even
it's-
like, but it seems way
Yeah, but
more.
Fred, hold on.
obnoxious.
Fred was in charge. He kept, when he had to lay the law.
They're the same character, Fred and what's his name from the honeymooners.
Yeah, but I mean, he would threaten her to the moon, Alice to the moon.
He would.
I mean, he was going to fucking punch her face to the moon.
Yeah. Oh, he.
I mean, Crampton. Norton was more of a puss, wasn't he?
He was a buffoon. Yeah, more of a pussy buffoon. Yeah.
Yeah. God, does it go back that far?
Yeah.
The guys were getting their balls clipped by their women. Smartest chicks, though. Man.
Hey, Hamlin Pubs, they're inviting you to their 6 Metro Detroit locations. Come enjoy Hamlin Pubs' great food, their drinks, their atmosphere. Whether you're watching the game with your buddies or out for a meal with the family, it's always a great time at Hamlin Pubs, Rochester, Clarkston, Chesterfield, 2 Shelby Township locations, as well as their newest location in Richmond.
Before we get to some email here, the guy that in Georgia, remember the marathon we were watching? It was the Savannah Bridge Run.
Yeah, man, he's been charged.
Yes, and so the guy that ran by the chick and smacked her on the ass, the reporter Alex Bazarjan was covering that December 7th when he went running by Thomas Calloway.
Good Armenian girl.
Yep. And the moment went viral, and that's exactly what Thomas did not need happening for him.
As a youth pastor.
yes, as a youth minister.
Oh my gosh.
So she goes and throws it up on and it goes viral. She writes, "It's not okay to help yourself to a woman's body just because you feel like it." Well, everyone running by you was helping themselves to your shoulders and your head.
Mm-hmm. And he got caught up in the moment. He
Yeah.
one-upped it.
He sure did. I mean, you can see that too.
I really
how
wish,
it
like,
ramps up.
I don't want to hear. We'll never know it because you just hear whatever the political. But I'd like to know really in his head if that's what it was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd like to know if I could really get the real answer. I don't need to tell everybody, dude. But if that's what it was, did he?
I think
see
he
other
did say
people?
something like, I was caught up in the moment.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I think that phrase was used.
Okay.
Which is, I mean,
You see everybody going over to her, touching her in some way, and he's like,
Yeah.
do the next thing.
don't you think it's
Got the
more?
endorphins going, the runner's high, righty?
Yeah, youth
Watching other
pastor.
girls
I think
or
if
other
you're
guys
anybody
tap
but a
her.
youth pastor, maybe that if you're
Can't
just,
do it. It's off.
You can't.
Youth
You can't
pastor,
do it.
you take it off the table,
Nobody,
sir.
by the way, in this day, no one can do it, but like it's weird. It is different. Like if it was just like construction, like Joe's six pack,
Yeah.
and he kind of. I saw everybody else, so I just thought, but man, a youth pastor.
You really
Yeah,
can't
if
do it.
you work on a construction site, you're a cab
You're
driver.
still gonna get doxxed and canceled, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
there's
but
a lot of people that. would,
you'd go, boys will be boys at that point. But if you're a youth minister, certain things are just off the table. You can't go on a racist rant on a fucking YouTube video.
Can't
right?
do it.
Can't do it. You can't slap a woman on her ass on a live broadcast. It's
can't do
just
it.
off the table for you.
You should know that.
You should absolutely know that.
How comfortable are you in your job that you don't know that's not top of mind as your hand is going toward that
Bang,
ass?
youth minister. Oh shit, I'm a youth minister. What am I doing?
what if? What if?
You
what
can't
if,
grope females in public, sir.
No.
What if it went, and what if we had a better angle of the situation where he started to do that, and right before he's like,
Oh,
what am I doing?
Youth
And then he just
pastor.
kind of-
Jesus.
and just kept running.
Wow, Lord.
That
Thank
would
you.
be awesome.
Would it be an issue or?
An angle where he just stops.
Stops.
Whoa.
Whoa. And it just, the Lord got in his head right at the last
Yep.
minute and saved him. Praise Jesus. He
Like, what the
prevented
fuck am I
that.
doing? And then-
What am
The
I doing?
angel on the shoulder beat out the devil on the shoulder.
Yeah.
He won the argument.
You just see the devil fall off his shoulder as he wins. Oh my God. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of things that when you make the decision to go into youth ministry, into that line of work, there's just certain things that are no longer on the table for you. right?
Sorry.
Completely. And that's a decision you made.
You made it.
You can quit the ministry.
Quit.
And then, do you.
Rickety
dude.
cricket.
Right.
There you go. So, yeah, he said it was an awful act and an awful mistake. Yeah, it was. But I think, honestly, he's probably not a serial predator.
Right.
I would hope.
He's going to get a bunch of, a year probation and big fine or something.
And he's properly doxxed, right? We got to see what does the church say about this.
Oh, I haven't seen any of the fallout.
Well, and you know what, Alex Bazarjan, back off a little bit, okay? It says you can't just grab a woman's body, blah, 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 if you feel like it. It's not playful. He hurt me both physically and emotionally. Okay. Listen, it's awful. Nobody wants to be groped by a youth minister, right?
Wait, are you going to go the Matt Damon route and say there's different grades to this sort of thing,
No.
Mike? Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Hold on. He hurt me both physically and emotionally. Tamp it down, Alex.
You didn't get hurt
He didn't
physically at all
hurt- no.
in any capacity.
You were physically uninjured.
There is a way, though,
Emotionally
to snap a buttock, similar to snapping a towel. There's a
okay.
way to get that whack.
Not like a towel, though, dude. The towel can give you it'll leave a mark. Whap.
Yeah.
But a hand, unless it's on a naked, if it's on a nude buttock, maybe.
I have sort of a habit of walking by Gab and just whacking her ass,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you, there's a way to do it. Because every now and then she'll be
Where
like,
do you-
dude!
Where do you go? Do you go like outside the buttock cheek or inside of you? Are you going?
I mean, just under the curvature.
Are you closer to the crack or the thigh?
I'm
when you're
squarely
smacking?
in the middle of the buttock. No, not in the middle of the two cheeks. I'm on one
that's-
cheek.
okay.
I'm whacking
But
one
see,
cheek.
This guy was
And I've got a way of doing
firm
it. Rick.
hand.
You're a strong
Yes,
dude.
Firm pimp hand.
Yeah, his goon hand is strong.
You're right, Jay. I know that's true, but
I know,
dude, this
he
chick,
did. He
this
just-
chick was not.
He
hurt
patted her on the
physically.
bottom.
Do we
Right.
have the video? Because she does jump. She was not expecting to have her buttock touched.
That would be shocking, right? I mean, you're not like
Would it?
It would. Yeah, I think I'd be pretty shocked if somebody grabbed my ass.
I don't know. Grabbed is different. Now, if he,
I wouldn't
clutched-
claim to be physically harmed by that.
Yeah, it makes you sound weak. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. He hurt me both physically and emotionally.
Emotionally, for sure. Do you want to say that?
She having nightmares too?
Okay, but if you want to say emotionally, if you want to say man as like
Yeah,
as
see,
a woman,
the whole thing, it starts to lose steam if she goes this route and tries to make it bigger than what it was.
Yeah.
You say, look, totally inappropriate. I don't want to be touched. I don't deserve to be touched out there, but you don't got to go
Yeah.
into the whole, I'm seeing a therapist now and so forth.
Yeah.
Because it's just, that's not real life.
PTSD.
It's not real life.
I mean, we've seen grown men slap each other on the buttock all the time in football games. Do you think that was as violent as the
I don't know.
male,
Let's
the
see it
male
again.
butt slap?
here he comes.
Here he comes.
Yep.
Youth minister. Youth minister.
See, like, oh my, dude, he barely even.
She didn't even.
It's hard to say how hard he got her.
Well,
I
back
think
it
it
up.
looks
She did not.
here. I think this goes
She
slow motion.
the shocked look on her face is true. A body lunge like she got
Yeah.
smacked did not take place.
I don't believe, dude. I think it looks.
Youth minister.
He couldn't.
See, there's no lunge like she got whacked.
I don't even think based
It's
on
impossible to say.
To me, looking at him there, I don't even think it's possible that he could have built up enough momentum.
I'm telling you, there's a way of using the wrist and then loosening
But
the
is he
fingers at the
practicing
last
it
minute.
like
Whack,
this? Like,
whack, whack.
Do you think a youth minister would have any sort of skill?
Hey.
Like you.
If that's his first thought, where he's running down and he sees an ass, and
Yeah.
he's,
So you think it's possible he slapped a lot of buttock and he knows
it's
what
very,
he knows
very
what's going
possible.
on?
He's got the whack.
Now, if he gripped or clutched,
Yeah, that's different.
that's different.
It's a different level.
Yeah, I mean, it goosed even.
Ugh.
Yeah.
The anus.
Pinched, yeah, anywhere near the crack of the anus. Yeah,
I
forget
just
it.
don't
That's
think.
off.
But looking
no
at
way.
that, the timing is so short of a timing.
Anus.
I don't believe it. I don't believe that he did. I believe it was just.
So you don't think there was a pinch, a grope,
No,
a clutch?
based on the timing, that I really think it's just
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
But
Leave a mark.
No.
Okay. No. Then settle down,
Yeah,
sweetheart.
yeah.
Settle
and it would
down.
do her cause good if she would settle down. And even if
I
if
think
she
you're
is
right. I
really
think-
bothered by it, just tamp it down and publicly just say it was inappropriate. He's getting charged. You got your message out there.
Jay, you're right. Like, what if she came out and said, "Look, I wasn't actually hurt. It was just kind of this." But that doesn't make it any more right.
Yes.
Like, it would be so
True,
much
it's
more
inappropriate, no doubt. he finishes when he says, "Oh man, it was an awful act and an awful mistake." He claims, now do you believe him? Because I think this goes to his word.
Oh, no.
He did not intend to slap and grab her.
No.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. You're
Okay.
a youth
Lock
minister.
him up.
Now you're going to lie on top of it?
Why wouldn't you
This
just
is the worst youth minister ever, outside of the ones that fucked kids' mouths.
This guy needs to be-
This guy's awful.
Defrock him right
Yeah.
now.
Boy, oh boy, you call
Defrock
it
him,
defrocking
yes.
already?
Had he not lied about the incident?
What a lie.
Wow. He said he did not intend to slap and grab. So that tells
Frock, gone.
me, wow,
and he's
that's
saying
a,
he's
hold
grabbed,
on.
right?
Do we need a trial to defrock someone? Because that's a horror.
He said he grabbed, too, by the way, that means. I did not intend to slap and grab.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which he basically just
Which I was just
incriminated
saying, I didn't
himself
think that
in
he
a
did.
grab. Because we were taking
Well, we
grab.
don't know what she's told authorities.
Well, we were taking grab off the table for the most part. We were inclined to just go with a little butt slap. He incriminated himself. I didn't
We don't-
intend to slap and grab.
Yeah, but we don't know what was alleged against him. So she could have said he slapped and grabbed, and he could have been questioned. Isn't it true that you slapped and grabbed? No, I didn't slap and grab.
Yeah, okay.
My God.
Okay. She did file a police report claiming that she was slapped and grabbed. Did he have time to? It's one or the other. You can't
I can
slap
do it.
and grab.
I can do it.
Nah.
Look, I'm a pro, though. I'm telling you, I do this probably 5 times a day.
Isn't that just an extended slap, though? You don't slap and then pull back and grab. He didn't have time to do
You
that.
slap and let it linger.
Yeah.
It's a slap linger.
I don't think he had time. He was
I don't
blowing
either.
by her.
I don't either.
I think maybe slapped or grabbed. He could have pinched, but
But not Andor.
Not
well,
An-
it's Andor.
she claims to have been slapped and grabbed.
Okay.
I don't think you could have both of those because that tells me there were 2 incidents: a slap,
Should we
pull
do
back,
Should we
and
do a
grab.
Venn diagram on this?
Yes, I think we should.
By the way, this is totally off topic, but I still have these court drawings and the thing, and for some reason this just caught my eye. Look at this guy's face over here. Isn't that fucking...
This court, this artist needs to be fired.
Yeah, why is this acceptable that people don't even look like people? You know, you can just
What's the point of it then?
kind of sketch sort of a person figure.
Look at his face.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'd like to see the original
I know,
moment
I
to
know.
see.
And then look at the guy behind him, off his shoulder. Like she intentionally rubbed his face out to
blurred
make it just like blur. Like, what kind of art is this, man?
What's going on with the guy, the cop here, all the way to the right too? Nice job with his hair. She just
You're
fucking
right.
like
Yeah.
rubbed chalk
Yes,
or something on
she
her.
did.
Or
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have like
Why-
the original.
why we
Get
doing
away
this?
with that? Why do they get away with that?
why are we doing this?
Well, because cameras aren't allowed.
I
Do
understand
you
that,
need
but
this though?
do we need this? I would argue we do not. Like this reminds people 100 years from now are going to be looking back and going, "What the hell was
Yeah.
going on?"
Seems
in
kinda
2019?"
obsolete.
Yeah, it's like I expect this out of a newspaper in 1876, not now. 2019, like if this is the best you can do, don't do it.
Again, that blue sweater vest is prominently displayed.
Yeah.
It pops. I mean, that was a great choice, right? I
Right.
mean, really pops.
So that's one artist's rendering of Harvey Weinstein. Thinned him up. This is probably a fan of his movies or something.
Yeah.
And the other one, holy shit. Character assassination. Anyway, what do we got for email, Jay?
You have some email. Bone Job writes in. Not a boner
Does he still
email.
listen? I
An
didn't-
email by Boner. Bone Job writes in. Dear Jay, I understand that you're a very busy person. I also understand that when you miss a show, it's not always solely due to your schedule, as sometimes Mike's inability to move from the couch to the basement can be overwhelming. That said, I'm writing you today to request nay beg. Nay. He used the word nay.
Okay.
Nay
How do you
beg.
spell that?
N-A-Y.
Okay.
That you never miss another show. The show has turned into disagreeing with whatever Mike says.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Now,
I feel
remember,
that.
Bone
Not
Job is
true.
very, very tightly
Right,
wound with
exactly.
respect to that guy.
We can't really believe
Hey,
his testimony.
he's not the only one saying this. There's a lot of people saying this.
You, meaning me,
Mm-hmm.
have turned into the ref that brings common sense to these two cackling hens. Without you as the ref, the show is tough to... Oh, come on, Bone Job. And yes, Mike, I do still listen, says Bone Job.
Well, what am I supposed to do? When I am attacked verbally, am I supposed to stand? My audience
You're not
will-
going to shirk
the,
from a
the audience
attack.
will lose respect for me as a human being if I take a knee on,
No.
when he's lashing.
Start being right more often.
See, if I just go, yeah, you're right. Like I'm a pussy now. I almost need to whip something at him just to save my manhood, my credibility.
Sometimes if you give Isis enough rope, he'll just hang himself. And so everything doesn't, like... I don't know. I've found over the years, like, you can just
true.
let it lie. And
It's hard to do though. It's
I know
hard
it
to
is.
do
I
that.
know. He's grating at times.
A little.
But
You've noticed that?
But what you can do is let him state his case, right? And let the listener
Those are fair points.
poke holes. And they do or they don't. Some agree, some don't.
No, but he's doing a lot of, oh, that's bullshit. Why? He's attack at me, and it's like, dude, I'm just trying to get through the story. Well, you said this the other day, which
Is
is
this true?
I'm
Is
counting
this true?
out. I mean, attacking is the wrong word because
I feel attacked.
Well,
you don't
feel
get
attacked
you don't get to
because-
decide how I feel and react to your attacks, sir, which they are. They're not physical in nature,
I
but
don't
they're
have any
verbal in
attack-
nature.
Now, is it true, Mike, that sometimes you attack E?
I absolutely not. Name one time
I saw
ever.
you throw something at him a moment ago.
That was
I
a
mean,
reaction to what he did. He started it, right?
I think that that doesn't count. in the
started.
You
letter of
did
the law.
start it, E.
How?
I remember you lashed.
You lashed and said, "Be right
Yeah,
more."
be right
Oh
more.
yeah, I forgot.
You know, essentially making me look like a dick in front of the audience.
Well, not a dick, but a wrong person.
right. Then I'm always wrong or something. Then be right.
Yeah.
And so his attack provoked my response.
Just remember, Mike, he pooped his pants and kicked a turd.
Great
Okay,
point.
and at the end of the day, everyone will remember that.
It's a good point.
And that gets filtered in.
Didn't
So-
he also leave a turd in his trunk and go on a
He
date?
did.
Yeah, like his own turd.
No, Easus, the thing about Easus, a lot of people have commented on this recently. What he's done is he's found his voice. He's found
would
his
agree with that.
voice.
I would agree with that.
Overnight?
Well,
not been
no,
overnight,
it's,
but it's not been
if you
overnight.
listen,
It's
this is
just related.
This
It's
is a
not been overnight.
6-year process.
Right,
We've
if
been
you-
doing this close to 6 years, and if you listen to the beginning, dude would chime in and we'd fucking
Hammer him.
right? Because
Rightly so.
Rightly so.
Yeah.
But then he started to get his legs under him, and
If
okay,
you-
now he's part of the conversation. And I'm telling you, just physically, this new setup lends to this more.
So it's
But
the studio setup
It's the
that is
studio
causing
setup.
this.
It's not Mandy.
I'm not willing
he's
to
just-
give her a free pass. At
I
this
think he's
point.
always had an opinion, but a lot of times physically, you
He
would
couldn't
turn
see
your
me.
back
That
to
is
him.
a very good point.
And so he couldn't get his point in.
So what do I have to do? Turn like this?
Yeah, we both could turn
If I
like
just
that.
turn like this, does it end? Do we
So,
go back to normal?
Yes.
This is all I have to do.
Yep.
Awesome.
yeah, I
so
don't know
anyway,
what to say now.
That's it, man.
I
It's the
think you
physical
might be
setup.
right.
And there,
So the studio setup is fucking me over.
Yeah.
I mean, in reality, there's also a lot of factors. And when you always keep saying this overnight thing, it's not
Overnight.
been overnight.
No, it's not overnight. It's when we moved into the new studio. Whatever that
I think
was.
it's been
No,
overnight.
I'm telling you, because I was set up such that I would see E, and there were many, many times where he would, but you know, and you just turn your back,
yeah.
and
True.
Yeah. I didn't even have his mic on a lot
He'd
of
just
times
be like,
back
ah, fuck it, you know.
Right.
But
Would-
now it's
now-
like we're all.
Be honest with me, because I didn't know that these shenanigans were going on behind my back. Was he rolling eyes at me and stuff?
Oh yeah,
and
this has been going on for years.
Was he was?
He's
he
been
was
the same Easus for
Seriously?
years. Yeah.
So behind my back, he didn't have the balls to do it to my face. Behind my back,
Literally,
he
behind
was
your
going
back.
like. Blah, 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 blah.
I couldn't do it to your face
Yeah.
though because of the setup.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was trying to do it to your
But
face.
he would have had you turned. But then you would have had to turn your back to me.
I had
So it's
no
just
idea.
it wasn't a good setup, man.
This is a tough day. I had no idea.
Little did you know that the new studio would be your worst enemy.
Yep, it's my downfall.
your worst nightmare. Hey, we'll save the rest for tomorrow.
Sounds good. Thanks everybody for joining us. Early day today, huh? Going Sunday early. You got shit going on. So have a good rest of the day, everybody. And we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen, sugar.